Happy New Year from Pasadena, California, and the Rose Bowl. There's nothing that says New Year's Day in America quite like this. This iconic venue has been hosting games for over a century now, and it is going to host a good one on New Year's Day 2025 as the Ohio State Buckeyes and Oregon Ducks get set to play in the College Football Playoff Quarterfinal. I want to give you a little bit of a look around the stadium and some of the stuff you don't necessarily get to see on TV. Some of the stuff that makes me always tell people, hey, if you have a chance to go to the Rose Bowl, you should go to the Rose Bowl. Let's go take a look around. This is the iconic sign. They've got that on both ends of the stadium. It'll be lit up after the game. Of course, the sun sets around the end of the third quarter every year. So the transition from daytime to nighttime is one of the really, really signature things about this game. We're going to go right over here. We're going to go around the outside of the stadium because I want to show you something. And this is maybe my single favorite moment of covering a game at the Rose Bowl. First of all, we got to walk over this bridge. And if you're wondering, why is there a bridge here? Well, right down there, there's a loading dock. So they bring the trucks in and players will walk in down there to load in equipment and go to the locker rooms and all that kind of stuff. This is the Oregon locker room right there with the green awning. The Buckeyes are on the other side of the stadium. Stadium sits down kind of in a valley. You see lots of big mountains around the stadium. You see some very expensive houses up on top of those mountains. Guessing those have a pretty good view of the stadium. We're on the press box side, as you can see up there. So we're going to come out, and this is going to be the side that you see on TV, the view that you see on TV. But what we're going to do is we're going to walk down here and walk through a tunnel. And if you look, the back of the Rose Bowl, the underneath side, it's nothing special. It's just pretty much just concrete. A lot of gray. Doesn't look particularly memorable at all. But that just kind of helps set up what happens afterwards. So you walk through the tunnel here. And again, you're going to see there's not a lot. It's just kind of gray. But Ryan Day said earlier in the week that at the Rose Bowl, the colors are brighter. The greens are greener, the blues are bluer, the reds are redder. You'll see what he's talking about in just a minute. Again, here, we're underneath the stadium. Those little bumps in the concrete are the different rows of seats above us. Nothing but gray here underneath the stadium. Just wait 1 second. Every time I make that walk through that portal, really any of the portals in this stadium, I have the exact same thought. It feels like Dorothy going from Kansas and black and white to Oz, where all the colors are so bright and so vibrant. This is definitely not your typical NFL stadium hosting one of the other quarterfinal games. The Oregon end zone is on the left. The Oregon sideline is closest to us. The Ohio State sideline is furthest away from us. They will be looking into the setting sun. And the Ohio State end zone on the right-hand side here. Up here is the press box, and this is an enormous press box. With tons of space for TV and media and luxury suites and all that kind of stuff. It's named the Terry Donahue Pavilion after the former UCLA head coach. But there's stuff up there named for Keith Jackson, the legendary TV announcer as well, who is pretty much synonymous with the Rose Bowl. I'll walk you over to the 50-yard line here to give you a look. And then we'll go up to the top row of the stadium. I'll shoot a separate video for you down on the field so you can get a look. Because, man, we talk about the grass being greener. This is a place where the grass is definitely greener. Just a very different experience than just about anywhere else in college football. Well, if you are a high roller, and you have seats on the 50, This is what it looks like right about here. Not a bad view. Give you a second to look around here. There are the San Gabriel Mountains in the background. Get a better look at those in a second when we go off the stairs a little bit. Ohio State will be coming out of the tunnel on the right-hand side that's further away. Oregon will be coming out of the tunnel on this side, this side of the field. So kind of the bottom right corner of the field right there for where you're looking. All right, so we're going to take a run up the stairs real quick. Let you get a look from the top of the stadium. There are a lot of rows. We already have row 30 right now. If I remember right, it's something like 75 or 80 to the top. You were sitting at the top, you better not have skipped leg day. So 77 is the highest row right there. Just the last couple of rows are underneath an overhang, which I guess would theoretically be nice if it rained, but it never seems to rain on the Rose Bowl. I'm going to come down a couple rows here, give you a better look at the mountains. All right, so now we're down out from underneath the overhang, back out in the sunshine. And right there behind that scoreboard, those are the San Gabriel Mountains. They will play a starring role at the end of the third quarter of this game. Right about then is when the sun sets, and those mountains start turning purple. The sky turns all sorts of colors. It is one of the most iconic moments in any Rose Bowl, except for those rare years when it is cloudy or rainy. There have not been very many of those. So even this week, they kind of got the marine layer in the morning. It would burn off in the afternoon. This morning for the parade, nothing but sunshine. I go up to the top of this next row of stairs, give you a look at the mountains, and then one last look back over the stadium. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, share it on social media, share it with friends, share it on your favorite message board. This is something that every fan should do at some point in their life. Come to see a Rose Bowl game. There is nothing quite like it in college football.